Welcome back to this episode of the Home Renovation Series, helping homeowners understand the real process of improving their property. My name's David, I'm the Director of Rowan Design and Build Limited, and in this video I'll be talking about one of the biggest concerns homeowners have before starting any home improvement project. We're going to be talking about planning permission. These two words can make homeowners really nervous, but the reality is that many renovations and extensions in the UK can actually be carried out without needing full planning approval. So let's break down clearly what you can and can't do. So, what is planning permission? Planning permission is approval from your local council to build, extend, or significantly change the appearance of or use of your property. It's there to control how areas develop, so protecting neighbours' light, privacy, and the overall character of the street. But here's the key thing that many people don't realise. Not all building work needs planning permission. In the UK, homeowners can benefit from something called permitted development rights, often referred to as just PD rights. So these allow certain types of work to be carried out without submitting a full planning application. Common examples include rear house extensions within specific limits, loft conversions, again within volume allowances, so the amount of actual space that you're creating, internal alterations like removing walls, replacing windows and doors, re-roofing your home, installing roof lights or Velux windows, building certain outbuildings or garden rooms. Can be quite a grey area around outbuildings and garden rooms, so always worth checking your local authority or the planning portal website. This means that many popular renovation projects can move forward faster and with less red tape as long as you stay within the rules. So let's look at rear extensions, because this is one of the most searched topics for homeowners planning a home renovation. Within permitted development, a detached house can extend up to 8 metres at the rear using the prior approval process. The semi-detached or terraced house can extend up to 6 metres. However, there are important conditions or caveats. The extension must not be higher than 4 metres at the peak of the roof, especially if you're having like a pitched roof. It cannot cover more than 50% of the original garden area. Materials should be similar in appearance to the existing house. Side extensions must normally be single story only and limited in width. These rules are designed to balance homeowners' ability to improve their homes with protecting neighbouring properties. Loft conversions are another hugely popular home improvement. Most loft conversions also fall within permitted development, provided that you don't exceed 40 cubic metres on a terraced house or 50 cubic metres on a semi-detached or detached house. The extension can't go higher than the existing roof ridge. So the ridge is where you have your pitched roof. That very top point is the ridge of the roof. Materials must match the current roof, and windows in any of the side elevations have to be obscure, so they can't be seen into from your neighbours. One thing to note, front dormers usually require planning permission because they will change the actual street appearance. So instances when permitted development rights don't apply. So there are situations where permitted development rights are restricted or removed. So for example, if your property is grade listed, if you live in a conservation area, if previous extensions have already used up the allowance in the garden space or the restrictions that have been imposed, and also if the council has applied something called an Article 4 direction. So this is why it's always important to check properly before starting any work. So the planning application process. So if planning permission is required, the process is quite structured. So a typical household planning application takes around 8 weeks. But this is generally a minimum time. So during this time, your drawings and documents will be reviewed. Your neighbours will be consulted for a 21-day period. They will normally receive a letter in the post. A planning officer will assess your proposal, and then after that time period, a decision is issued, either approval, refusal, or an approval but with certain conditions. In some cases, design adjustments can improve your chance of success. So sometimes you have to go back and forth making minor changes, which obviously creates a longer timescale, but it will, you'll have a much higher chance of success eventually. So the risks involved of building, especially without plan permission. So it's really important to not ignore the planning rules. So if work is carried out without the correct permissions, the council has the power to take enforcement action against you. So you may be required to alter or actually remove the work that you've had done. So it can cause serious problems when trying to sell your property is a major issue. Mortgage lenders and buyers often ask for proof of approval. So when you're trying to sell your house or even to remortgage or something, they might actually ask you for proof or your certificates. Here at Rowan Design and Build, we always help make sure that the correct planning route is confirmed, obviously before any construction starts, and we can help guide you through any of the processes and procedures right from day one. In the next and the final video of this home renovation series, I'll be taking you through building regulations. So what they actually are and why they matter, and the certificates that you must have when your project's complete. So if you're planning a renovation, extension, loft conversion, or general home improvement project, feel free to follow along to this series for more expert advice.